Warface review. I'm so excited to review this interesting game. I can say so myself. So let's go. We're gonna have a list of things, and we're gonna go in that order. So first, the menu. The menu I'd say, is pretty organized, not too cluttered, pretty simplistic, nothing special, but it doesn't have to be overly 60 things in your face. Ugh. Yeah, overall the menu is simple, nice, and easy to, use and stuff like that. The modes. So, there's co-op, spec ops, versus, and ranked. Co-op, I don't really play much because I just find it like the poor man's spec ops. Spec Ops, depending on the mission, can be super easy but just lengthy, or incredibly hard, like the HQ, where it's basically impossible to beat. And also, it's yeah, see?
I think that an issue I have with co-op is kind of, one main issue would be, hold on, I'm sorry. I forget a lot of things. I guess I could have a problem with the overall difficulty. Not sound like a game journalist or nothing, but most of the difficulty just comes from, these enemies do a lot of damage, not actually changes in the, already dumbass AI that basically does nothing but stand around and shoot you. Not a lot of changes there. And it's not that fun either, to be honest. There's not a lot of things spicing it up. Which would bring me to another point that I'd like to talk about in this quote-unquote review. Which would probably be the originality and just the overall aesthetic of the game. Which, in all honesty, I don't really love. I think the game feels very uninspired and kind of generic, in all honesty. With most of the things that differentiate whatever the game from other types of games would probably be like the freaking graphics, or some of the over the top annoying things that my friend here and I are probably going to talk about pretty soon. But yeah, I'm going to hand it over to my main G.
Alright, next is my favorite part of the game, the currency, because God, it's awful. So there's 3 currencies. There's crowns, which you get from ranked, which I have no problem with. They work pretty well. It's just there's one problem. The problem is with the crown currency, you gotta find something that actually works with it, because it's either you get shit for it, you get jack shit for it. You can have like a lot of crowns and just get jack shit for that, because basically
what he's
nothing.
trying to say is that Warface is a freemium game. It says it's free, but in all honesty, if you actually want to ever do good in the multiplayer, or have fun in the game, you're probably gonna pay and do this endless grind of getting crowns and credits, all for a gun that you find out to be just like, kind of okay. You're like, oh wow, this really wasn't worth it. This really wasn't worth all this annoying ass freaking dumb grind. What would be a lot better, a good leveling system, where a fun, addicting leveling system where you got rewarded for playing good. Not annoying grinding currency where 90% of the time you have to buy things. It really sucks.
Yeah. Then there's Warface dollars, which are pretty plentiful, but there's one problem. If you don't have VIP, or you don't do good, yeah, those repairs are going to be quite expensive. You're going to be poor faster than you know it. Also, the one good thing about money is you can rent guns, which I guess are cool. You can try out a gun.
That's alright. You can try them out.
Yeah.
See if you really want them.
And then credits. Oh boy, I have a lot to say about these. They're basically, you can think of them as your premium currency that pretty much, if you want to get any cool gun or any new gun, you have to pay like with credits, which are insanely fucking hard to get without paying money. Like, if you're not paying money, enjoy trying to do it. You'll have to wait for you'll have to either get the battle pass or wait for the next free amount of credits to come your way, or just strain yourself. And most of the really overpowered guns are hidden behind these paywalls, but I'm gonna get to that later on. Overall, the currencies are
Pretty shit.
yeah, pretty shit. The Warface dollars are the only good currency because, hey, they're plentiful and they are pretty useful. Weapons. So, weapons, there's a lot of them, which is nice. The one problem I have is some of the weapons are just reskins, but, there aren't too many of those, so I can appreciate that. And even when they are, like, the same gun, they try to change the look of it. Like, enough where it feels like its own gun, Which is nice. And, yeah, there are, like, I think five types of weapons. There's the there's the rifles, the shotguns, the SMGs, the sniper rifles, and I'm sure we call the SEDS weapons. SED weapons? Oh, okay. Also, one thing about the SED, I'm going to interject into this. The SED is pretty much... Did they forget about the SED or something? Because the SED's kind of dead, Nothing's changed about him. Every other class has something special and changing about him. Yet the SED is just there, not
it
getting
kind of honestly
changed.
just I think the only changes with the SED are just like its movement speed and the
a god grenade launcher.
Wow, very interesting. Amazing.
Gunplay. The guns feel pretty stiff. They aren't terrible, but they're kind of stiffy.
Steady.
Accuracy is really weird. Like, you could shoot somebody in the body and it will count as a headshot. It's really odd. Or shoot someone really off their hitbox, yet still hit them. It's really odd.
One major problem I have with the game, probably, in all honesty, my biggest complaint, this is with, like, the overall gameplay, I would say the weapon balancing in Warface is super off. It's probably it's really terrible.
And that's our next topic, balancing. Yahoo!
Hold on, I was trying to... Yeah, Yahoo and all, but, like, what I'm trying to say is that there are a lot of pistols that 2-hit to the body, whilst there are some assault rifles that will take 5 hits to the body and like 3 hits to the head in order to kill. The weapon balancing is really off. And there's a gun, you've been grinding for, and you finally get it because it's really expensive. And that gun kind of sucks, But yeah, most of the guns in Warface are either super crazy overpowered or way too mediocre to be true.
And then there are the few dreaded weapons, the god weapons, the weapons that are used. There's only one weapon that can get these. I'm gonna give you. I don't know what the whole thing is because I haven't dealt with many medics from playing recently. So let me see what we have here. I'd say a lot of it is the CZ the Bren or something. The CZ Bren is pretty OP. Not as bad as some other ones, but still. No, what am I saying, actually? I don't know. What is the god weapon currently, because everyone's using some fucking overpowered gun that I don't know of, because I can't get.
Golden AK G18, But in all honesty, it's just really strange. Also, is it, Cooper, is it just me, or, you know what I find? I find that the kills are really unsatisfying.
Yeah.
Like, in most games, I'll kill someone, and I'll go like, yes, that's awesome. No, honestly, in Warface, it's not really the same. It's kind of feels, like I said before, the gunplay feels really stiff, and when you shoot someone, you're kind of like, oh, did I really shoot them? Are they dead? I don't know. There was just doesn't feel right, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Now, there are some free guns that you can earn that are overpowered, like the Uzi Pro. That's pretty much all. That's the only overpowered earn gun that I know of, because the other ones are balanced, actually, surprisingly. The other earnable guns are actually somewhat balanced, but that's in terms of their damage compared to each other. The Uzi Pro is overpowered to shit when it comes to it. But I know you might say, hey, but you don't have to pay if you do the Uzi Pro. Well, there are 3 other classes, and still it's still unbalanced, and the game is still pay to win, even if there is one overpowered gun. There's probably going to be even more overpowered guns in the SMG class. Okay. And overall balancing is terrible. I've seen better games with balancing, but I've seen EA games with better balancing than this dog shit that you call balancing. It's like the balancing is like they put a board, all right? They put a board, and then on one side they put like a feather, and on the other side they put fucking Lizzo. Like, that's not balanced. That's tipping the side to the bullshit. It's tipping the side to overpowered, when it should be 2 Lizzos, alright? 2 Lizzos on each side, and then it's balanced. They'll probably break the plank, but hey, it's balanced. So, it works. And with pistols, pistols are a different species. Like, bro, you can get like a 20-round pistol and it will do like fucking 100 damage. Like, that doesn't even make sense. How does high capacity pistol beat out like low capacity pistols? Like, it makes no sense. Yeah.
I think with Warface, they may have been trying to go for realism or whatever, like, yep, oh yes, I know this pistol is 20 rounds, but IRL, it's like, I don't know, freaking rifle rounds. Like, in all honesty, no one cares about reality. It's a video game. You can have guns from real life, of course, but real life isn't balanced, so why would a video game be?
Like, the SIG P226 is a good example. It has 20 rounds, yet does like 100 damage. You have so many chances to hit someone. Like that's just bullshit. Like, you would think that if it was 100 damage and it was a 20 rounder, maybe it would be, I don't know, like 60 damage, a bit lower, somewhere around that. So it's at least balanced, but still able to kill people with it. I'd say that would be good. Or decreasing the ammo capacity, maybe. Just a recommendation. Okay, that's balancing all dealt with. Also the grenades are actually balanced, surprisingly.
Dealt with, like...
But, the AI, I really don't need to take too long, but the AI is retarded. Okay, let's move on. Progression.
Yeah, well... Hold on a sec.
Yeah?
Basically, mostly what the AI does is stand around and shoot at you. Like,
or run directly at you.
Yeah.
Or run directly at you when they know they're gonna die.
Yeah, instead of, like, actually, like, doing something smart. I really wish there was, like, actual, some actual enemy variety there. And that they actually kind of did something. but mostly they just either stand around and shoot and then take cover every 2 seconds, or like I don't know. They're not that smart.
Progression. Yeah. This is. It's like each time you're going up the level, it's like going up a hill, and each time, each meter you go, you say you have a backpack, and each meter it gets filled with a rock. All right. As you go on, like a few rocks, nothing too bad. But once you get to a certain point, it's going to be very heavy, and you're going to be very slow getting up that hill. And eventually, you're going to be at a point where you can barely move. Every single little movement is exhausting. That's basically the progression system in a nutshell. It's extremely grindy, unfun, tedious. Like a game could be rewarding without having a fucking annoying ass progression system. It's absurd. Graphics. Yeah. The graphics are pretty good. They aren't the main focus, but I'm just gotta say they are pretty good, and they definitely put work into that. I wish they could have put work into other things too.
Yeah.
The classes.
It's kind of.
Oh yeah, you go.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say something about before, but I realized you already said it, so. Anyways, classes. Yeah, there's not a lot of difference between classes aside from, oh yeah, this one gives out armor, this one gives out health. I really wish there was more actual variation, Like, yes, I know this one has shotguns, this one has assault rifles, this one has PDWs, this one has, I don't know, rifles or whatever. But, other than that, there's not a lot of difference between what they actually do,
Yeah, they should definitely add more classes, and unlike also the SED, let's be honest, who really uses the SED all that much? It's kind of a dead class because they added it. They were like, okay, let's can we think about ideas to add new stuff to it? No, lol. We forgot it existed now. Yeah, classes are very, very basic, bare bones. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Weapon boxes, basically your loot boxes, but I'm gonna say this, I haven't seen many people really use the weapon boxes, because, most people just get the direct purchase, but yeah, it's still there, and it kind of sucks that loot boxes are also in this shit show of a game, a pay-to-win game, and all they need next is health boosters and armor boosters, and speed boosters and shit like that.
And it'll be a proper freemium game.
Yeah. But weapon boxes are not all that rewarding because, you can just buy the overpowered gun up front for like a fucking $60 million. Most people will just do that and waste their money, basically. Cosmetics. So the cosmetics for the most skins they're well done. They would definitely were worked on. The skins are good. For the weapons, let's talk about the body skins. So, now, the male body skins, they look pretty cool, they're pretty badass, not gonna lie. And the female body skins, boobies! Like, literally, it's just over-sexualized nonsense.
Yeah,
literally.
Like, we ain't no, like, what's that what was that chick's name again?
Arnita Sarkeesian.
Yeah. We're not her at all, but like
Come on.
They look kind of annoying. They don't even look like soldiers. They look like cosplayers.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know this is because the community wanted this, bunch of horny bastards, what you guys are. I'm joking. But seriously, like, why all the characters gotta be showing their tits? Like, come on. Make them look like proper soldiers. You can still have an attractive soldier, just maybe make it make sense, They kind of make no sense. Also, the skins are hella expensive for what they offer. Like, seriously. It's absurd how expensive these skins are. It's a fucking skin. Why do they gotta be so expensive? I don't know. But, whatever. Cosmetics are overall good. Now, you might call me a hypocrite because I do got one of those female skins, but, it was on a good deal, so I was like, might as well get it. And will not look like a pleb. UI. The UI is not something special, but I do like that is unique to this game. No, I was talking about the menu. The UI I'm talking about when you're in the game.
I mean the HUD.
Yeah, okay, the HUD. Let's say the HUD. Right? The HUD is... The cool thing about this game is you can change your attachments in the game, like, right on the spot, which is very unique. I don't see really any other game doing that, so props to Warface when it comes to that. It's pretty unique. Even though the rest of the game's Uninspired, that's a pretty unique mechanic. I haven't really seen many games where you can literally do it in the spot. Because other games, you have to, like, go into class change or something. Change your class to a different weapon, do it there, and then you die. Like, you have to die or spawn in right away. So, I guess it gets props for that. The VIP system. Complete cancer. That's pretty much it. The VIP.
That's pretty much the epitome of freemium. You know it when a frickin' free game has a system like that. You know that the game is just mediocre and obviously trying to get the big bucks.
Yeah. Now I got the VIP thing permanently, I think, because of my whole PlayStation Plus, and also for recommendations for newcomers, make friends with like the high ranks and ask them the promo codes. Those will help you out a lot. Like, they helped me out with the promo codes. Helped me out actually be able to kill these overpowered cunts back. Like, the honey badger is a godsend. Please, honey badger, come to me. Because honey badger don't care. So this overall summary of the game is I don't know. What's your rating, Jack? What would you rate it?
I would give this thing. I would give Warface an overall 55% on the moist meter. I don't think it's a bad game, but it has so many things that are just not that fun and like dumbass microtransactions, and feels kind of uninspired.
I'll give it 52% on. We're making a new meter. We're calling it the Huey meter. All right, the Huey meter. All right, I'll give 52% on the Huey meter. Yeah, as my boy here said, yeah, just kind of uninspired. It's not the worst game I've ever seen. There are plenty of worse games than this, I can tell you that.
Cough,
cough, blacklight, cough.
But yeah, honestly, it's just a really mediocre, uninspired, free-to-play / freemium game that's kind of just feels like Battlefield, but mixed with COD, but it kind of wasn't a really great combination. Not that COD is that original either.
Warface Breakout. I heard that game. It's it's basically one of those basic ass fucking CS:GO type deals. Because they couldn't think of anything unique. They had to jump on a trend.
Many.
But hey, I could say one thing. Warface Breakout is 10 times better than this game. I'd give it about 65% from what I've seen
on the Huey meter
for Breakout, because it doesn't have microtransactions and balancing exists. I think who would know that they would actually care if it was a non-free to play game? It's like these developers either like they're like, oh, free to play game, okay, let's just make it free to play. I mean, pay to win. Like, you don't have to make a free game have pay to win. There are plenty of free games that aren't pay to win. Also, before you say, "Oh, it has free, it has pay to win, but it's free," that's no excuse for it to be there. You know, there you can do other ways. You can have other ways to make money on a free game and not have it pay to win. Now, I know this might be a bad thing to bring up, but you know, battle royale games, they aren't pay to win. Pretty much most of them are not pay to win. So yeah, and they do really good. Who would have known? And most of that money is cosmetics. Yes, surprisingly, cosmetics are very effective ways of getting money. Because people like to make their characters look good. And when a new good cosmetic comes out, they're going to be like, "Oh yeah, I want that."
Hey, okay, well, I think this is a good place to stop the review, though.
Alright.
After we've pretty much talked about everything.
Alright, well, that's my review of Warface. Would I recommend it or not? Personally speaking, I'd recommend any other game but this. But if you want to try it out because, you know, it's free, I won't stop you. But, yeah. This is Huey Reviews, and, see you guys later. Signing out.